Welcome back, honourable members. As per tradition, when we're getting close with elections, it gets hot here. May the fire continue, please. Mzimba, Mzuzu, who happens to be in Mzimba. So the people of Mzuzu City, Masasa, Ntwalo, Chimaliro, Nkalapia there, where the deputy speaker used to stay at the very corner, near the house of the former mayor, Mkuta Banda, this side. In Nkalapia Drive. Please proceed. Mtengapua, Zoro Zoro.
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, sir. Before we went for healthy break, I was on education. First Deputy Speaker, sir, on education, everyone knows how important education is because it informs us about the world around us. We are very thankful to the government of Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera for intensifying education across Malawi, especially in Mzuzu City. The government has constructed a number of facilities like Mzuni Library, and now it is constructing Mzuni hostels, and it is finishing Mzirawaingwe Primary School right away in the heart of Mzuzu City. These structures have really changed the face of Mzuzu City. I really thank the government of Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera. In addition to that, Mzuzu City is a city full of local farmers. Last year, they tried the level best to grow crops, but because of the harsh weather that we have been experiencing there, they didn't have crop. They didn't have food. Up to now, as I'm talking now, our city has been stricken by hunger. I humbly ask the Minister of Agriculture to supply more maize in all ADMAC depots in Mzuzu, starting from Masasa, Zorozoro, Mzirawaingwe, Korongo, Mchengautua, Chivavi West and Chivavi East, and indeed many other places. I haven't mentioned all. First Deputy Speaker, sir, now on finance, the government has raised CDF from 200 million to 220 million. This is wonderful. And if anyone says Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera's government has done nothing, this is a total lie, because every constituency has received that amount of money. So I believe everyone is developing that his constituency equally. So let us give a hand of applause to His Excellency, the State of President, Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera. On youth, First Deputy Speaker, sir, the government has constructed a number of stadiums, youth centers across Malawi. Stadiums. Unfortunately, we don't have a stadium in Mzuzu City. The one that we have has outlived its lifespan. It cannot hold any international game. We last watched international game during Kamuzu era. So I really want the people from the north to be also watching International Day game, just as the people in the center and indeed in the south. First Deputy Speaker, sir, Mzuzu is a fast-growing city, as I said earlier on, yet it lacks basic facilities. And if I can start mentioning now, I may take much of your time, but I'll just mention two, because load network is a problem. But I'm happy that the budget has been increased, and I believe all the bypass roads that are being constructed in Mzuzu City are going to be completed with this wonderful budget of budgets. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me.
Your 4 minutes has elapsed. Consider winding up. You are now in the 7th minute.
First Deputy Speaker, sir, are you aware that you are one of the best speakers in Africa? Yeah? Are you aware of that?
Remember, which standing order are you quoting?
Necessity knows no law. This is necessary to applaud you, sir. With these few remarks, I support the budget. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We do this job because of you, and indeed under the leadership of our own mother, the first female speaker, Mama Catherine Botanihara. But we bravo you, the people of Mzuzu, the place where I grew up, learning at Mzuzu CCP. We used to pass through a Bwezewitu store at the corner over there. Those are the days, and we used to have milk from as you go to Moyale Barracks. I don't know if the milk is still there, but we used to have good moments in Mzuzu, the green city. Continue maintaining the green city, the green cover of Mzuzu. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Honourable members, before we proceed, just to recognize what our dear minister has done by bringing Gogo Senior Chief Mulonyeni and Tie Pinda and his Sub-Chief Mavwere, and senior chiefs from Mavwere areas to kupempha magogo watu kumchinji Gogo Mulonyeni Gogo Tie Pinda ni mafumu onse kwa Mavwere. Mungu ayimirira kuti mwana wanu Davis Gumba Banda nduna ya zamalo ikupatseni moni magogo watu. Nima head teacher, the head teachers and deputy head teachers from Mchinji Southwest constituency, and all the school heads. Muliti animweo. Honorable Deus Gumba, may you stand, please? Mwana ndiye mweyu. Mwana ndiye mweyu. Mwana ndiye mweyu. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Honorable, there are 60 in total. We are proud of you, our teachers. Continue doing the good job. We love you. God bless you. Thank you. We are also blessed again this morning to have another group from Likuni Girls Primary School, Group 2. Last time they were 100, now they're 110. Under the auspices of Honorable Minister of Gender, Honorable Jean Sendeza. May you stand, please? Our learners from Likuni Girls Primary School, second group. Wow, wow, you look colorful in the gallery. May I ask Minister of Health to stand and welcome them? Just wave, Minister of Health. A lady MP and lady Minister. Work hard, girls. Work hard, girls. Work hard. Thank you so much, our teachers and the headmaster, the headmistress, for the commendable job we've done. This is your house. Always come here when you need to observe deliberations, or you need, if you have a petition, come here. But first and foremost, work hard. Go to the university and become important citizens of this nation. We love you. You may have your seats. And don't forget your MP, Jean Mono Musa Sendeza. She has done a commendable job. Continue to support her. Thank you very much. You may have your seats, please. Thank you. In the same vein, let me recognize a brilliant girl, Miss Piri, who scored 21 points using the CDF because of Honorable Member for Doangala, Honorable Arthur Mavuto Sungitsa. So we are blessed this morning. We have Sarah Piri, a student who has been selected to study at Kamuzu Health Sciences University, and she has come with Mr. Alexander Smoko. May you stand, please, where you are? May you stand? May you stand? Miss Piri. Miss Honorable Sungitsa, may you stand? Honorable Sungitsa, where are you? Honorable Arthur Sungitsa? Okay, I'm told he's with the speaker. He was here, but he's going to office of the speaker. May I ask you, Honorable Member for Dowa Central, Mponera, may you wave? Congratulations, our daughter. Work hard in college and come to Parliament. We want more graduates here. Thank you so much. We have a doctor in making. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am seeing the former Minister of Health, Honorable Jabi Muhangu, smiling. That's wonderful. So you have another member in your group. Honorable Member for Rumpi North, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable First Speaker. I just wanted to comment, just one slight comment on the presentation made by my honorable colleague from Zuzu City. Just for the record, that Zuzu does not have a stadium. It has a community center ground. And therefore, when we are speaking in this house, complaining about the stadium, what we have currently in our city is actually a community center ground equivalent to the one that is here in Lilongwe. They will build at the same time. So we don't have a stadium. That's for the records. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Rumpino. We continue with the general debate. We now go to Chitipa South. No, but do me a favor, Chitipa South. When you finish, we can go to Lilongwe Mpenu Nkoma. After Chitipa, we go to Lilongwe Mpenu Nkoma, then Chilazuru West. So take note, you just be alert on that one. Chitipa South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chitipa South to add a voice on the budget statement as ably made by the Minister of Finance. Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Members. Chitipa South, may you raise your voice? Order members.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the people of Chitipa South are in total support of this year's budget statement as ably presented by the Minister of Finance. To begin with, the budget for 2025-2026 has included an allocation for road infrastructure. Therefore, as people of Chitipa South, we are requesting the Minister of Finance that he should seriously consider allocating some funds for a road that comes from Pata in Kalonga to Kapirinkonde in Tarire. This is a shortcut for people traveling between Kalonga and Tarire. and it is an alternative route for the Nyika Tarire Chitipa Road. At the same time, we would like to request the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Transport to consider graveling or repairing the Nyika Tarire Chitipa Road as we are waiting for it to be finally tarmacked. The other issue, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, is to do with Tarire Rural Hospital. Fortunately, my Minister of Health is around. Please, when is she opening this rural hospital? Because it is almost 95% complete, and people are still suffering, traveling 120 kilometers from Tarire. They are being referred to Chitipa, yet we have a magnificent hospital constructed under the leadership of Dr. Lazarus Makafecha Chakwera. When are they opening this important hospital? Mr. First Deputy Speaker, in addition to that...
Honorable Member for Chitipa South, there's a point of order from the Minister of Health. Minister of Health, point of order? Why are you standing? What is this? Minister of Health?
First Deputy Speaker, I just wanted to assure the honorable member that we are finalizing our plans. In the next 2 weeks, we'll go and open the magnificent Tarire Community Hospital. Thank you.
Honorable Member, which study are you quoting? Chitipa South, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that the Ministry of Health has assured the people of Chitipa South that in 2 weeks' time from now, Tarire Rural Hospital is going to open. That's very good news for us, people of Chitipa South. Secondly, the Minister of Health should also consider giving us equipment and making sure that at least the Terere Health Center operates. We have put up a very good structure and staff houses using CDF funds. What we are lacking is just the equipment and staff for this health center to be operational. So I would, in the same vein, urge the Minister of Health to seriously consider opening this health center. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this being the last parliament, it would be unfair for me not to thank the office of the Speaker. The way it has handled welfare of members of parliament from 2019 up to this time. Some of us are not here for the first time. We are able to compare with what was there in the past. Committees, meetings have been conducted throughout without any interruption during the leadership of the current speakership. So it would be unfair for me as a member of parliament not to thank the leadership of parliament. Also in terms of salaries, I'm not talking of where
I think technicians work on your mic. I think there's a fault in your mic. May I have the floor, please?
it would not be a mistake to thank the Right Honourable Speaker for making sure that members of parliament receive their salaries.
Honourable, I think we're having change with your mic. May I have the floor, please?
Thank you so much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for giving Lilongwe Mpenu Nkhoma an opportunity to make some contributions. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, on a day like this, I'd like to look at one to 6, 7 dimensions, time permitting.
Mpenu Nkoma, please proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Minister of Education. Minister of Education, order. Minister of Education, go back. Order, please. Let's maintain our own decorum. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're my dear neighbor. My apologies for that. Thank you.
I wish to commend you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for locating people of Rilongwe Mpenu Nkoma. I will revert to this later on at the end of my contribution. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, it is fit and proper for people of Rilongwe Mpenu Nkoma to actually zero in on accountable governance. The question is, what do you mean? Let me proceed as follows. Any mature leadership, any mature government will create governance space for other entities. For instance, in this budget, we know there is a provision for the judiciary. There is a provision for the National Audit Office. There is a provision for the Vice President. There is a provision for the Ombudsman. There is a provision as well for the Anti-Corruption Bureau. By doing this, we are actually demonstrating that we are responsible and we create space for other entities to execute their business. And that's a mature government. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, let me move on to public governance. Under public governance, we are looking at government executing business for the wellness of the people. For example, we are looking at AIP programs, we are looking at education programs, and even food distribution. That's public governance. Not forgetting construction of health posts in this nation. And that is public governance. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, at 11:46, let me proceed by talking about Citizen Child. Citizen Child. This government is committed to resolving issues of the citizens of this country, starting with the children. Under Citizen, children, Citizen Child, we see government crafting, child policy, child protection policy. That's very, very important. Upholding the policy on girl child, that is very, very important. Not only that, providing under 5 clinics. And the government doesn't stop there. When Citizen Child moves on, we notice that there is free education in primary schools. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to stress that Citizen Child, when it's given space to get to secondary school, there are bursaries supporting, students and secondary schools. Moving on to tertiary education, we have higher education loans, and this is what this government is doing. Not only that, provision of allowances, now they have been increased to more than 450,000 ekwachi. And that's what it means to be responsible for Citizen Child. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to move on to government debt and interest. There's been a concern here about government debt, but I want to say, in any situation, you don't go borrowing without assessing your capacity. So what it means is, before collecting any loan, people, organizations in the world there, they assess the capacity of this government and the ability to repay. In short, when you borrow and repay, you have room for borrowing more. And that's a fact. It's a fact. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, at 11:49, let me zero in on productive partnerships. This government has moved into productive partnerships. And this is why we're able to get, grants as a government. The importance of productive partnerships, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Not only that, the NGOs in this country are actually partnering with this government. Not only that, even those that are goodwill and have interest in Malawi, they are coming and this government is accommodating them. Let me put this stress here. If we are getting budget support, it means we have productive partnerships. And productive partnerships will not go wrong in this life. Because of time, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to talk a little bit about CDF. This government has decentralized the power of development to members of parliament and communities by providing 200 million kwacha. Now it's been increased to 220 million kwacha. In short, CDF is a powerful commodity for development at community level. Let me give an example here. We just finished actually constructing an office block for the police. We've done more than 20 concrete bridges. Some of them are actually measuring 20 to 30 meters. And not only that, we've been able to provide bursaries to students between 260 and 320. This is the way of developing this nation. For one to come here and say there's no government development, I'll begin questioning the understanding of development. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, let me finish by saying the following. Let me put a recommendation to National Planning Commission that once every year they should be able to work with government ministries to assess whether ministries are actually aligned to 2063. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Let me get to closing, footnotes, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. In life, we don't oppose development and funding. Rather, we accept development and funding. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, budget is a powerful commodity for this nation. And as such, I'd like to urge all the religious organizations, or NGOs, all political parties. It's very, very important. And all political parties have said so, members of parliament, and everybody in this nation. Time has come for us to accept this powerful plan known as budget. It's very, very important for us to support it. And as we support it, I want to say the chariot of peace and blessings will actually come on the opposition side, that you have peace of mind. As for this side, and including the First Deputy Speaker, the chariot of blessings and victory will come on this side of the house. In closing, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I want to say I'm not standing by the rivers of Babylon. Rather, I'm standing by the foot of Nkoma Mountain. And I want to say as follows. The hour has come for this nation to experience peace. The hour has come for this nation to experience development. The hour has come for this country to be at peace. Not only that, the hour has come for this nation to rejoice. And not only rejoicing, but to have a sense of belonging under the leadership of Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. So I submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lilongwe Mpenu Nkoma, a constituency once held by the former Speaker, Louis Chimango. We always cherish your sentiments You are indeed a son of a Reverend from Homer Synod, and of course a former financial director at World Vision, a learned member of parliament. We salute you. We receive those blessings. Thank you very much. We now go to Zomba Chisi, our dear brother from Zomba Chisi, a media guru. Thank you.
First Deputy Speaker, thank you very much. I am standing on a point of order. First Deputy Speaker, just a short hour ago, my colleague on the left, Honorable Member for Chitipa South, was on the floor.
Honorable Member, there's a point of order from Honorable Deputy Minister of Local Government.
I am also standing on a point of order.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Zomba Chisi?
Yes, First Deputy Speaker, thank you very much. I was saying that just a short hour ago, my colleague on my left-hand side, Honorable Member for Chitipa South, was on the floor contributing. But somehow, he has been abruptly cut.
Yeah, we had a challenge here. I'll organize it. Yeah, I'll organize it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Honorable Deputy Minister of Local Government.
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, for giving me the floor. First Deputy Speaker, I wanted to bring it to your attention that there's news circulating on National Line and Capital FM that I was involved in a fight with Honorable Member for Blantyre, is it Southeast, Honorable Suleiman. I really want to make it clear here that that never happened in this August. I was never involved in such a thing. So may I request that the reporters write what is the truth, and if they don't recognize our faces well, they could have maybe come and find out who exactly maybe was involved. Otherwise, I haven't liked it, and let me assure the people of Mwanza West constituency that I come in Parliament. They sent me here to represent them and not to be fighting my fellow members of Parliament. If I have issues with anyone, I would have gone to them and maybe discuss, but not getting myself involved in such kind of a thing. So I want to make that clear, and may I request that they pull that down and they apologize on behalf of to the people of Mwanza West constituency. I was never involved in such a thing. Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member, who also happens to be a minister, Deputy Minister of Local Government. I think the media has picked it. Please take note. Let's always be alert and sensitive, and be professional, if I can use that word, be professional and ethical in whatever we are writing. First, you have the freedom to our media, but always let's learn to cross-check with the people that are being included in our stories that will carry much weight. Thank you very much. We love your media. You do a good job, but all the time, it's important to cross-check, be factual all the time. Thank you. Thank you. The cut Chitipa South, so organize Chiradzulu West and then go to Chitipa South. I think the gadgets are not working, but because Chiradzulu West is really standing, so organize the chair of Health Committee, Chiradzulu West, the people of Bulumbuzi. 10 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker. I stand to comment on the budget statement on behalf of the people of Chiradzulu West. First of all, I would like to commend the Speaker, the Minister of Finance, for his attempt to present a reasonable budget under the circumstances we are in as a country. As Chair for Health, I would like to, in a special way, thank the Minister of Health the Minister of Finance for what he has done over the past 2 years. Last year, the contribution for the health sector was at 12% to the national budget, which is actually one of the best in Africa. And this year, although people are commenting that it is at 9%, the truth is that it is still at 12% or more. The effect of removing WASH from the health budget is what has distorted things. But we've been mentioning that WASH is health. First Deputy Speaker, in the budget, on the roads mentioned, people of Chirazul West, and indeed all people of Chirazul, are wondering when this government will construct a road for the people of Chirazul. I'm saying this because we've been saying in this parliament that we need a road from Chandimbo, which is a place on the Chirazul-Palombe Road, through Mlumbuzi, all the way to Lunzu Market. This is a very important road. People of Palombe, who are very good traders, go through that road, and it's in bad shape. We've been saying this. I remember having reason in this house when the minister was Honorable Manamveka. To this date, the road has not been constructed. But now the issue is in the hands of the Malawi Congress Party government. To address this issue, this road needs to be constructed and be given that. Can I be protected from this side? I wait for you. Can I be protected?
Honourable members, please, let's hear the honourable member of Chirazul West in silence, please.
Thank you so much. I therefore repeat that the road from Chandimbo through Mlumbuzi to Lunzu Market should be tarred. Whether it will be done now or not, but that should be given the attention. Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, we have talked about the cancer center here this morning. And I would like to report to the House that the cancer center that has been constructed is one of the best in the region. Now, unfortunately for us as a country, we let things very loose. We need to move quickly and give autonomy to that cancer center and make sure that all foreigners that will come for cancer treatment in this country are paying in dollars. Because very, very shortly we'll be having Mozambicans, Zambians coming to our cancer center, even Zimbabweans. If we are not careful, we'll be using our resources and giving them away to foreigners. Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, 2 days ago I was at Mchinji, and I was saddened to see a long, long queue of vehicles from Zambia coming to buy fuel on the Malawi side. Literally, the whole filling station was full of Zambian cars. Now, in my mind, I was saying, this is our forex going. We need to do something about it. So the Minister of Finance should look into these things. We cannot be providing fuel to foreigners and failing to buy commodities that are essential for our people. First Deputy Speaker, I want to also comment, because people are saying every Johnson Ziribino in this house. But I wanted us to be sensitive. Let us be sensitive. In some parts of this country, people are dying of hunger. Now, for you to be saying that everything is fine, when we know very well that people are dying of hunger, it is not a fair statement. Therefore, I just want to caution my fellow members in the House to make sure that we avoid making statements that are insensitive. First Deputy Speaker, I want to comment on the issue of health care. In this country, we've been giving free health care for many, many years. And the result of that is that our health centers actually don't have drugs in them. Most cases, a health officer just writes a note to ask a patient to go and buy drugs from drugstores, which means by the end of the day, we are beginning to pay for health care. The policy of free health care is beginning to collapse. First Deputy Speaker, I want us to start getting prepared and prepare our people that maybe the future is that we may have to contribute towards health care if we are to have drugs consistently in our health facilities. First Deputy Speaker, I want to talk about the issue of mining. Indeed, this country is blessed with huge mine deposits, mineral deposits. I know the road to Honorable Dr. Boti, I'm told it has route out there. And what we need is really to be very careful about these resources. At the moment, we have got lots of illegal miners, foreign illegal miners. And this country is doing nothing about it. We have even documented that in Mangochi, there are Mozambicans who are mining gold in the forest. We have done nothing about it. There are stories in this country that the Chinese are coming in large numbers and mining all over the place and taking these minerals to China, and we are doing nothing about it. Where is the Ministry of Mining and where is the government? These are serious matters because we may have resources, but if they are getting abused, we will end up not having anything. Or by the time we wake up, all the mineral resources will have been gone. Therefore, the ministry, the company that has been created, we have to plan very well. You know, First Deputy Speaker, that this country, under Kamuzu, it used to invest a lot in development, using local financing. We were not as dependent on foreigners as we are today. Why? The reason was, in those days, under Kamuzu, this country used, the government of the day used own companies. It had the resources. It could make monies from different companies and use that money for development. Come 1994, we were given a prescription by IMF World Bank that we should move away from state enterprise to private enterprise. We did exactly what they asked us to do. We did that. Where are we today? For several years now, every year we are not having anything on development in our budgets. Even the budget today we are talking about doesn't have a substantial amount of development money in it. Why? Because the government, in a sense, doesn't generate money anymore. It doesn't have any money. It depends on donors to give it to develop the country. A good example is the road in Lilongwe, which has been constructed through Chinese money. And we are here busy fighting each other that it is us who constructed it. No, it is you, but it is us. But we are wasting each other's time. The road was constructed by the Chinese. We don't budget anything for development. So, First Deputy Speaker, what am I suggesting? We have kicked out each and every president on issues of development. But the main reason is that our governments, including the one today, don't have money for development. I would like to plead with the House that the time has come for us to move back to state enterprise. Let the mining, for example, the mining company should mine, and the government should have most control of that one, so that most of that money goes into development. If it is left free like it is left today, what will happen is a few Indians in this country who have got the capital will team up and they will do all the mining, and the money we will not know where the money is going. Let us go back to state enterprise. These mega farms, we are hearing about private mega farms and so on. This is what is causing hunger in this country. During Kamuzu days, There was the Malawi Congress Party training bases. They were growing maize. They were mega farms. And they used to employ lots of people. The 1 million jobs that have failed actually could have been actually achieved through that structure. The Malawian pioneers had a fort in the military wing. But the idea of farming, having mega farms, was a good one. Prisoners can also be used into this mega farm. We can't be hungry if we use such a model. First Deputy Speaker, I therefore request to you, First Deputy Speaker, to use your influence that we should go back to state enterprise. David Whitehead used to contribute money to government. There was the BAT, it used to contribute. There was Press Corporation, had several companies, including Madeco. They used to generate lots of funds, and the government used to use that money for development. Right now, as long as we continue doing what we are doing, there will be no money for development. We'll just be having money for allowances, and we will not go anywhere. Our country is the least developed country in this region, and probably in the whole of Africa. Not because of anything. The structures that we've put in place, we are using now. The prescription we were given by IMF and the World Bank at that time is wrong. And unfortunately for us, we are busy fighting each other politically without actually looking back to assess what that prescription is doing for our country. Thank you, First Deputy Speaker.
What a contribution from the former lecturer of Polytechnic, now called MOBAS. I'm being informed that you were a lecturer of one of the MPs here from Chitipa East, Honorable Kezi Msukwa. You are a man and we respect you, Honorable Member for Chiladzulu West. What a contribution. It's not about who is reading, but the structures and the systems that we need to change. The prescription that we got has taken us this far. What a contribution. Bravo, Honourable Member, and indeed bravo all members that have been contributing since day one we began the debate on the motion. Before I recognize Chitipa South, echoing what the Deputy Minister of Law Government did say on the reporting, factual reporting. Similarly, I've been informed here from one of the members in the House that one reporter did say that CDF has been raised from 200 billion to 220 billion. I repeat, there's the name of the reporter, but I can't say the name because you can't defend yourself, but you know it. They wrote that CDF, that's the Constituency Development Fund, has been raised from 200 billion to 220 billion. My plea to our members in the press, please cross-check the facts. We have our own press officer here, Mr. Ian Mwenye. If you're not sure, go to his office. You can even come into our office of the Speaker. We'll be able to give you the facts. Let's report what is actual, not what we think. Thank you so much. We don't want to reflect on you. We love you. You do a good job. But you know, to err as human, that's why I'm being told, but I won't say it. Point of order, the people of Chitipa East, and then we go to Chitipa South. Chitipa East, point of order.
Yeah, thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, sir. And let me thank you, Deputy Speaker, for, you know, you are ably conducting this thing for over the period that you have been on that seat. So we thank you.
May you raise your voice, Honorable Member?
Oh, yeah, I was thanking you first, Deputy Speaker. You've been wonderful on that seat. We thank you from Misuku. Deputy Speaker, I wanted to comment on the same misreporting. I was wondering if one time we should take an audit of those that continually misreport, because sometimes you feel it's deliberate. If that continues, maybe we should be able to say such reporters must be reprimanded in one way or the other. Because some of the misreporting is damaging not only to the individual member of parliament, but you know, to the institution as a whole. I thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Noted. Indeed, it's a plea to our media. Let's do a good report. We love you. You do a good job. But sometimes it happens to err as human, as your chair. I'm your father. You're my brothers. Let's do a good job. But 20 billion, no, that's too much. That's too much. The people of the South, you have a point of order. And then we go to Chitipa South. The South.
Speaker, and good afternoon. Speaker, I'm also looking at one article here under Malawi Voice, and I quote, Malawi Congress Party, MCP Member of Parliament for Rumpi West, Yona Dadawiza. Right Honorable Speaker, I think the reporting is wrong because Rumpi West is not in MCP. If he was in MCP, he would have been here. So, Speaker, I think this reporting, maybe if we can ask the Committee on Media, maybe if they can talk to the media team of Parliament, so that, Right Honorable Speaker, I'm speaking about MCP and not DPP. I'm speaking about the mighty MCP and not DPP. And I'm wondering that the people that, you know, why should the bereaved cloud more louder than the owners? I'm the owner of MCP. And the DPP are crying more louder than myself. Manje, mufuna chani kwa MCP manje. Mufuna chani, haikona, mufuna chani. No, I'm MCP, so let me cry on behalf of my party. You are DPP, stay with your DPP. Right Honorable Speaker, this kind of reporting, I think maybe the media team, we need to mandate them to meet the media team of Parliament that gives credentials to these reporters. And when we see such type of things happening, they should be able to reprimand and revoke their credentials. Because, Speaker, they are spoiling. I'm crying for my beloved party.
Thank you, the member. Noted. Let's progress. Noted. Chitipa South.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chitipa South once again. I will not take long. I will only conclude with two issues: ADMAC and taking Parliament to people. On the issue of ADMAC, it is the wish of the State President, Dr. Lazarus Makathe Chakwera, that ADMAC is restored to its former glory. Now, for this to happen, with the allocation of funds that we have in this year's budget, I would like to appeal to the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Agriculture to make sure that ADMAC depots open in time, preferably within April or May, because it takes so long after the budget has been passed for ADMAC to open, and vendors take advantage of our farmers and reap them of their hard-earned money. So I would urge if ADMAC could open in time. Now, taking Parliament to people. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, in 2012, Parliament of Malawi was issued a radio broadcast license. Here we are lamenting that reporters are misrepresenting facts, they are doing this and that. From 2012 up to now, we have been standing here asking what is the problem for Parliament radio not to open. Since 2012, the license is here. It was issued by then, it was the Minister of Information, Mr. Moses Kunkuyu, who is also Minister of the same ministry by now. By then in 2012, we don't know what the problem is. And we don't even know why Makra, if it was an individual or maybe a community radio station, they would have already revoked this license. So I would urge if Minister of Finance could seriously consider allocating funds for this Parliament radio station to open, so that some of these issues we are complaining about, of relying on people who come and misrepresent the facts here, should be eliminated. Because if it were our own reporters on our own radio stations would be able to take them to account. But how do we take to account people who are always misrepresenting and who are just complaining? Nothing is happening. Finally, it is an appeal again. If Parliament can seriously consider its staff, members of staff, for them also to enjoy a privilege of a special number plate. I submit, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Blantyanoff. Point of order, Toro Centro.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, through you, this is a house of records. We follow our rules, standing orders and everything. For purposes of records, I would like to find out if it's in order. For example, Chitipa East, who's just resumed his South, who's just resumed his seat, and others are MCP members. They were received, records are there. MCP is a ruling party, it's in government. They continue to sit on the opposite side. For purposes of tomorrow, because this is, I mean, there will be changes in Parliament time and again. Governments will keep on changing. We want it on record. Is this how things ought to operate? Because records are there. Do we operate like this? I just want it to be on record. Those that belong to Malay Congress Party have been received, better be that side, so that we know exactly what is there. For purposes of records, not personal. It's not personal, but this is Parliament and it's a house of records. We don't want tomorrow to take it up from there. I leave it to you for your ruling, sir. Thank you.
Honorable member for Toro Centro, normally the sitting plan, a member does write the office of the speaker to ask where he or she wants to sit. I'm saying a member informed the speaker of where he wants to. So far, the office of the speaker hasn't gotten any request for a member to move. I'll give an example of one member. Listen. If you check Chikwawa Central, when we entered Parliament 2019, he was sitting on this side then when DP was in power. When powers changed, he remained this side, and then he has now requested to be this side. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, let's continue the debate. Let's continue. I know I've mentioned Chikwawa Central because you have been mentioned. I know you want to say something, but the point is, let me recognize Chikwawa Central because I've mentioned him, and then I recognize Chitipa East. But the point is, a member does ask the speaker to give him a seat on where he chooses to. I repeat what I said when I just came from health break. I said, every time when approaching elections, tempers get higher and higher. So I understand the mood. Let's sober up, my dear brother Toro Centro. Let's sober up. We are in those moments when tempers are getting hotter and hotter. But let's maintain the decorum of Parliament. Let's enjoy each other. Let's be friends with each other. Sure. Chikwawa Centro, I mentioned you. Yes.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. I'm rising because you mentioned my name. And I'm sure today it is the right time for me to clear this mist. Indeed, I was sitting on that side of the aisle. But I just want to remind the House, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, that though I was sitting there, I never wrote a letter that I would join my Congress party. I just chose the seat, and I was on my Congress party. Thank you very much.
Chitipa East.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, sir. Deputy Speaker, I need protection from you. I need protection, Deputy Speaker.
Order members, order members, order members, order members.
Deputy Speaker, I want to make a comment on the same, following the fact that the party that I belong to has been mentioned through a representation from Choro Centro, to say that, Deputy Speaker, in the first place, the two colleagues that have been, the colleague that has been mentioned being from Chitipa South, I don't remember, maybe I should ask if they themselves from DPP ever received communication from the said member having resigned from their party. Because for them to consider him to be MCP is only upon he himself officially resigning from their party. Secondly, Second Deputy Speaker, we must separate from what is obtaining between the period 20 Suleiman, please.
Member, we mention members by their constituency, please.
I don't remember his constituency, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, what
is Blantyre City Southeast?
Thank you.
Please.
Blantyre City Southeast. He's my friend. That's why I know him best by his first name. Yes, he's my brother. So, Speaker, what I was saying was, for him to be considered to have moved to MCP is only upon him writing to the party, resigning, that he has moved. Surely it is the same that applies to Honorable Kamlepo. If Honorable Kamlepo had resigned from DPP and showed that his...
Rumpi East, not Kamlepo, Rumpi East.
If Rumpi East had moved from PP and showed that he has gone to DPP, we, this side, would have taken an issue against him. But in the circumstances, the people that we are talking about are indicating that they are going to stand for MCP in the year 2025 going ahead.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. You've made the point clear. Thank you. Blantyre North.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. I can see I have only 3 minutes. I have only 3 minutes.
Honourable Member, I'm the chair here.
Okay.
Thank you.
First Deputy Speaker, I have only 2 issues. I'm not going to ask about any development because I know this government is already finished. It has only 5 months to go. So I'm not going to talk about development. But I have 2 issues. I have 2 issues. And Honorable...
Point of order, Lower West, point of order. Blantyre North, resume your seat. Resume your seat. Point of order, Lower West.
First Deputy Speaker. First Deputy Speaker. First Deputy Speaker, is it in order? Is it in order for my dear brother over there, a brother that has always benefited development projects from this government to the tune of 200 million Malai Kwacha, to insinuate, actually every year, to insinuate in this honorable house that this government is finished when actually this government has totally destroyed any party structure in his constituency by electing MCP structures. Is it in order for my dear boy over there to insinuate that? Honorable Speaker, I submit.
You know each other well. Blunt and oath.
First Deputy Speaker, don't mind him. He is one of my boys. So don't mind him.
Wow. Blunt and oath, which is which? He says you are his boy and you are saying he is your boy. Which is which?
There are many of them. That side, I have many of my boys that side. Wow. First Deputy Speaker, I said I have only two issues. The first issue is the issue of hunger. For the past 5 years, in Blantyre North, we receive a list of beneficiaries who benefit from the AIP. And in all those 5 years, less than half of them do receive the subsidized fertilizer. For example, this year, 6,000 beneficiaries were identified, and only 1,200 beneficiaries managed to buy the, out of 6,000. Out of 6,000 beneficiaries who are supposed to benefit from the AIP, only 1,200 benefited, leaving 4,800. My question is, First Deputy Speaker, if the House thinks time is out, I can come after 2 o'clock. I can come after 2 o'clock, but I have only 2 issues. The issue of hunger, the issue of, should I start at 2? I know they are very uncomfortable. Take heart, cool down.
Blunt and oath. Beatrice, finish, then go for lunch break.
Thank you. I was saying that this year, 6,000 were supposed to benefit from the AIP. Only 1,200 managed to buy the subsidized fertilizer. And we're still, those 1,200 bought the fertilizer in January and February. When people have already, when the maize has already tasseled and there was no need for the fertilizer. Year in, year out. Why am I saying all this? Year in, year out, we experience hunger. And this hunger is a man-made hunger. People, they are happy to distribute maize instead of giving them the fertilizer to grow their own maize. We create this hunger so that people should glorify the government, should glorify us that we are giving them maize. Please, can we change the status? Can we give the people the fertilizer so that they should grow their own maize and their own food? Let's not celebrate when we give the people food. This is a non-starter. And the second, and I want the Minister of Finance to explain, because I said this year out of 6,000, only 1,200. Last year there were 12,000, only 4,000 benefited. I want the minister, when he is going to be winding up, to explain where the money which were allocated for the IP goes to, because people don't receive don't get the fertilizer, but the money has been allocated. Where is this money? Can he explain where the money is? Because we just mentioned the figures, but we don't get the means. The second issue, last year, Dodima promised to distribute maize in Blantyre North for 4 months, 4 times. We only got it 2 times. This year, they promised to distribute the maize for 6 months. We only got it 2 months. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, please, can this government for once before it goes out of the government. Be serious. Can they distribute the remaining four months, the months which they promised? Please, because this is not fair to the people of Blantyre North. This is not fair to Malawians. The other issues about Lilangwe, Chingale, Machinga Road. I'm not going to ask about the government to distribute it, but I have a point. Since 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, they have been allocating an amount of money towards this road. But there is nothing on the ground. The only tangible thing which we have seen under this government is the removal of the contractor from the site who was working on the road in 2021. Up to now, there's nothing. There's nothing. But the only thing they have done is to remove the contractor from working on the road. And that's what they have done. We are waiting for the incoming government to develop this road. Because we know we are waiting for His Excellency, the former president, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, to come in and finish his road, which he started way back. This government has cheated us. As I'm talking now, there is someone, I don't know where they have took him from. He's putting the pegs on the road, cheating the people that they want to start working on the road. This is a non-starter. Can you build a road in 5 months?
Address the chair. Address the
There's
chair,
no way
please.
this government
Address the
can
chair,
construct
please.
the road. There's no way this government can construct the road in 5 months. This government is dead and buried. We have seen what they are doing, and as I said, this is what I have. I'm not going to ask any development. This government is finished, is dead and buried. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, the people of Blantyre North in Zarewa over there. Former Minister of Sports, my dear brother, thank you so much. We'll go for a lunch break, and when we come back, we'll continue the debate. Please get set, get ready. This is the time. So the Speaker has allocated through the leadership of the government that today we go full throttle in debate. So opposition have their own views, government have their own views. Let's compete here on views. So this is the day. So I'll give you the hour, I'll give you the space. So go, eat, come back. We want fireworks here. If it means knocking off at 9 p.m., I'm here. I am here. Fireworks today. House suspended.
Well, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Madalitso Kazombo MP, has now suspended the House for lunch break. A recap of business on the floor so far. The House commenced today's business with a continuation of general debate on the 2025-2026 National Budget Statement, where members of the Assembly made their contributions. Among them are Doa East, that's Honorable Richard Chimwendo Banda, MP, who is also leader of the House, Rumpi West, Honorable Yona Dadawiza Mkandawire, MP, Mzuzu City, Honorable Benex Mamlima, MP, as well as Chitipa South, Honorable Werani Chilenga, MP. Today being Government Day in the House, the order paper still shows more business to be tackled later in the afternoon, such as laying of subsidiary legislation and statutory reports. The House will resume sitting at 2 o'clock this afternoon for the second half of the day, and I urge you to stay tuned and follow the proceedings as the day unfolds. Mmene mondi mmene layendera gawo loyamba la zokambirana za aphungu kuno ku Nyumba ya Malamulo lero lachiwiri. Aphungu kummawaku anapitiliza kuyikapo ndemanga pa ndondomeko ya chuma cha boma ya chaka cha 2025-2026. Ndipo ena mwa aphungu omwe anayankhulapo pa ndondomeko ya chumayi ndi monga phungu wa Dowa West olemekezeka Richard Mwendo Banda, MP omwenso ndi mtsogoleri wa zokambirana mnyumbayi, phungu wa dera la Rompi West olemekezeka Ayona Adadawiza Mkandawire, phungu wa dera la Chitipa South olemekezeka Awerani Chilenga MP, komanso phungu wa mzinda wa Mzuzu olemekezeka Abenex Mwamlima. Lero kukhala tsiku lomwe mbali ya boma imatsogolera zokambirana za mnyumbayi Government Day, ndondomeko ya zokambiranayi ikusonyezabe kuti aphungu adakali ndi zina zoti akambirane kumasanaku monga kupereka malamulo ang'onoang'ono mwa zina. Tiye tikhalenso limodzi mchigawo cha masanano pomwe aphunguwa akhale akupitiliza zokambirana zawo kuchokera nthawi ya 2 koloko. Ine ndi Rachel Gonani.